That's the legs position. Left foot, channel 347 coming out. Right, mate. Yeah, again. Right, that's the front position. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do half. I don't know half. I don't know. What does that look like? I don't know. I couldn't hold it there anyway. I was gonna do one on speed of information. Really, it's like I went on a little trail about 3 years ago, and what I found was that that I was getting information from um, well, I was putting things together in my mind, and that putting together in my mind was coming faster and faster, and it was just speeding on my kind of intake of what I was able to put together in terms of information that I was getting. So much so that what happens is you kind of fly off, into the outer reaches of the atmosphere in terms of like, you're kind of looking at everything from a completely different space, right out in outer space. And you're looking at yourself. And you know that the conversations you have back down, your conversations you meet down are kind of like, well, I never got to the point where I'd actually told anyone that that's what was happening. Until it's like I met my nephew one day, and we went out. I took him out. I took him up on a walk. And he met my mate, friend of mine. Suddenly, I was with someone I could I could share some of this with, and we'd shared some of it before anyway. But I was on a flyer, It's like, and I had to say to him at one point, um, you know, it's really weird, like kind of connecting with you again. But what you've got to understand is that the way I'm seeing it is from a way off, 1,000 miles ahead, and I'm all the time. What's happening is like I'm getting these little pulls behind me, going, "You're going too far. You can't go that far. It's like impossible. Don't go that far." And I get these tweaks. Go back. Come on. Take it easy, man. I ain't gonna. So, I even got a friend. I know. He's gonna come up here sometime. Who, when I met him, I knew he was one. I knew he was holding like an elastic right between us, and that whenever I win, I knew that was him, right? He was going. You need to pull the rein in slightly, so I kind of feel my neck going. When I went too far beyond, and I had to say to my nephew, she's like, what's taking you like a second to answer seems like a fucking billion years to me, and that I'm kind of looking for someone else as lost as that. For fuck's sake, I kind of like I can't survive in this fucking place anymore. This is like, I'm out there. I'm literally fucking out there. And the tweakings, right? The tweakings that keep you kind of like. I tell you one thing, right, about tweaking, and that is this story about, tobacco, right? That it's the most dangerous thing ever, and it's going to give you cancer. Well, apart from gonna, in the next few videos, I'm gonna do one on, the conspiracy theory of Lord of the Rings, which I've got for you, for those interested in weird stuff, I don't know what you call it, paranormal, but this is the conspiracy theory, and I can go through certain chapters and show you how it works in a kind of way, and how it fits together with the film and stuff like that. Yeah. Apart from that, what else have I got? I had something else too, and I've fucking forgotten what it is. That's what happens. Let go. Always let go. Don't worry about it. That's the nature of the planet we live in. We my brains trying to work out the flaming. That's when you go shit, right? Just go into a shit, and you gotta go. What's the shit, man? That's a real shit. Just let the shit go. Oof. And you had a shit moment. Right, it's one of those shit moments. You're still in it, and you know how you're gonna get out yet. And you've taken up tobacco smoking, which brings you back to the point you wanted to make about tobacco, right? perfect. You know, you've seen the full cycle of the shit you go through to get back to the point you wanted to make. Tobacco, right? This is what I believe. Let me give you what I believe about tobacco, the lungs, nature, and the way it works. You know, in a kind of like all-encompassing, cosmic, embryonic way. You know, this might kind of, you know, I do say, you know, if you don't like the idea of being shocked, you know, then, you know, don't enter. But I'm not. What I'm saying is, like, you got to think of the lungs, right, as the most advanced, because that's what we are, the most advanced beings on this planet, supposedly. You know, that's what we are. So think of the lungs, right, as this bionic, organic, that's good, a bionic organic organ, right, which is learn how to, you know, replenish itself whilst you intake complete pleasure yourself, right? Because what it learns most from and why it grows back out is because we know that's what happens with a mountain or a volcano that comes down the hill, replenishes the land, and you get new sprouts through. It's a bit like you're young, isn't it? Well, it could be young, you know. I ain't gonna go Freud or young now. I didn't think. Was there anything about? You know, I get to one of those stop moments again, because I know there's an edge comes, right, where, you know, each step of the way you kind of got to have a finger on the button of edge, and we're going to do a lot of edge talking, and I'm going to bring in people who like doing edge talking and moving the conversation forward and the whole thing. Which brings me back to cigarettes again. Yeah. And, you know, for what it's worth, this stuff, right? This stuff. Now, I've been trying to work out in the last few days whether it's damaging me, you know, physically. Because there was a moment where I thought, well, this could be the edge of, you know, I haven't got a clue what's going on now, because my body was, you know, not too good at one point. And then I got a bump. But, you know, all that's gone. And I'm back to smoking a lot of this, and I didn't stop smoking this. I just thought I got to see this through. You know, is it this stuff or is it me? Well, you know, not confirmed, because that's just a test. Like, this is a science on its way. It's just a test. I gotta, you know, my test is to keep going for as long as I can until I'm told I can't go no further with this stuff. And it's like, overall, I'm being told, carry on. It's not going to do too much to you physically. In fact, it's going to help your brain advance into places you never dreamed of. Parallel universes. Man. This is parallel universe stuff, right? It really is. And it's like, it's not acid, quite. It's not acid, quite. But it's, in another way, it's stronger than acid. Yeah, in another way, it's stronger than acid. But, you know, the thing that's actually damaging, right, about your lungs is I don't know, I'll just look at the time. The thing that's actually damaging about it is the science that's not done, right, it's the science that's not done on all the other stuff that goes into your, you know, intake, including food and the kind of foods you eat. You know, because they don't do that test properly, otherwise they'd be there forever, you know, testing every kind of variation on every kind of food and how it affects tobacco. Now, if you found someone on a very healthy diet, right, otherwise, if you found someone on a very healthy diet who smoked a lot and wasn't getting ill, and who had done for years and years and years, you know, had no problems with his lungs at all, and felt healthier, like now, apart from, you know, I haven't washed my hair in a week. I'm going in tomorrow and they're going to tomorrow it's going to be kind of, I'm going to do a video. No, Monday. I'm going in and I'll do a video of washed hair. Makeup time, right? That's what the makeup room is. I'm going to have a shower and I'm doing a look in the mirror and take off the glove. What I'm pointing to is information, right? And the way you've been led to believe in things, and you're taking it all as if it's like that's the way it is. I'm afraid that's not true. And you could wake up to that one. Oh my God, help me. Really, we're going to get experts in and show you how it works. It's easy, right? TV, when you get people in to corroborate information, it helps, right? That's what we're doing. Top of a hill. In my cat.